Good day, everyone. Today, let's tackle about Rosemary Parr's human becoming theory.
Biography of Rosemary Parrs. Rosemary Rizzo Parrs was born in the United States in 1938. She is distinguished nurse, theorist, author, and educator known for her deep philosophical contributions to nursing science. Parrs dedicated her career to advancing nursing as a human science rather than just a medical or technical practice. She emphasized the human experience of health, quality of life, and meaning. She serves as a professor and dean at several universities, including Loyola University, Chicago, where she founded the International Consortium of Pars Scholars. Pars has also been president of Society of Rogerian Scholar of Educators of key nursing journals influencing nursing philosophy worldwide. Educational background of Rosemary Rizzo Pars completed her Bachelor of Science in Nursing at Duquesne University in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. She then pursued her Master of Science in Nursing and Doctor of Philosophy in Nursing at the University of Pittsburgh. Her educational journey played a big role in shaping her philosophy about nursing. Through her study, she developed the belief that nursing should not only focus on treating diseases but should also understand the human experiences as a whole. This perspective later influenced her theory, which emphasized caring of people based on their life's experience and personal meaning of health.
How the theory was created. Rosemary Parsi developed her human becoming theory, originally called the man-living health theory, in the 1980s. The theory was influenced by Martha Rogers' science of unitary human beings and the philosophies of existential phenomenology, especially the works of Heidegger and Sartre. Parsi sought to expand Rogers' abstract view by emphasizing the individual's lived experience of health and life. Her goal was to create a theory that described humans as co-creator of their own reality. So health as a process of becoming, not just the absence of illness. Highlighted nursing as a partnership, not control or fixing. She redefined nursing as the process of being with people as they find meaning in their health experiences rather than doing for them.
And here is the three principles that contribute to the theory of human becoming. The first principle, or the principle 1. Structuring meaning multidimensionally is co-creating reality through the languaging of valuing and imaging. Meaning is the central theme of this principle. Structuring meaning multidimensionally is what humans do. Every person constructs a unique view of the world that evolves at both explicit and tacit levels in the process of living and relating with others. The meaning of life situation is linked to the choices a person makes at many different realms of the universe regarding hopes, dreams, fears, doubts, and cherished belief. This first principle includes three concepts. Imaging. Imaging is persons' explicit tacit knowing of their personal realities. Explicit tacit is a paradoxical process in which explicit awareness coexists with the secreted knowing of our realities. For example, the reasons behind certain feelings or action may be known, or the reason may remain a mystery. Sometimes, it is not possible to know why. Imaging is a process of knowing and of coming to know, as persons accept and reject ideas, values, beliefs, and practices consistent with their worldview. The ways persons change the meaning of their personal realities occur through process such as questioning, seeking about what things mean, exploring personal views, picturing cherished possibilities, and comparing options and alternative views. Imaging is the creating of reality, and once reality reflects who one is a unitary person. And the next one is valuing. Valuing is a process of choosing and embracing what is important. Values reflect choices and help shape patterns of uniqueness. Persons act on values that are already integrated into their realities, and they assimilate new values into daily routines and decisions. People can know more about their own process of valuing by reflecting on those with whom they spend time, by thinking about what is important, and by considering what calls for the action in day-to-day living. Values reflect choosing, prizing, and acting to believe. Confirming, non-confirming is an important paradoxical process in light of the concept of valuing. Confirming is about embracing, accepting, and cherishing people, ideas, and projects that are most important. Non-confirming is the opposite of confirming, in that people, ideas, and projects may be denied, rejected, and ignored. The next one is languaging. Languaging, it is about the ways person are with the world and in relationship with others and self. Speaking, being silent, and moving, being still are paradoxical process of languaging. This process suggests that people tell and do not tell things in their patterns of speaking and moving and during times when they keep quiet and remain still. Human language, their unique realities in their spoken words and in the choices about how to be with others. Languaging is a way of expressing meaning to and with others in the many situations that constitute daily living. According to Pars, we language our understanding of reality as our health. And the next principle is the principle 2. Principle 2 is co-creating rhythmical patterns of relating in living, the paradoxical unity of revealing, concealing, and enabling, limiting while connecting, separating. The theme of this principle is rhythmicity, and it focuses on the paradoxical rhythms that constitute patterns of becomings. The paradoxical concept embedded in this principle appear to be opposites, but Parsa present them as two dimensions of the same rhythm. Example of a paradox, grieving in women who experience a miscarriage. These women describe patterns of engaging and disengaging with the anguish of their loss. The women have and needed to talk about their loss but also need or do not need want to believe in the reality. Thus, they created ways to avoid speaking of it or being with others who reminded them of their loss. There are the three specific paradoxical units embedded in the second principle. Revealing concealing. Revealing concealing is a concern the way person disclose and do not disclose meanings, thoughts, feelings, values, concerns, and hope. Human beings reveal and conceal all at once through their choices, actions, and words. Patterns of revealing concealing are co-created in that they vary in relation to who is present and what is happening. People reveal and conceal different things about themselves to different people in different circumstances. Pars also links revealing concealing to the mystery of human and to the reality that persons are never fully revealed. There is always more to know about others and more to discover about self. And the next is enabling limiting. concern the choices a person make moment to moment in the inherent opportunities and limitations that accompany those personal choice. The concept is linked to door opening and closing as people make choices and move on in life. People often comment about the unanticipated opportunities that come from hardship or unwelcome hardships that accompany opportunity. Enabling limiting is about choice, consequence, and discovering. And the last one is connecting, separating. Concern the ways person can be with others while at the same time being separate from them, or how person can be together without being in the same location. It is also about the person who are with projects and ideas as person choose to participate in one project or as they choose to embrace a particular idea. There is the same time a separating from the idea and the other possible projects. People connect and separate with people, ideas, and situations. In this way, they show their unique patterns of human becoming. And for the last principle or the principle 3, co-transcending with the possible is powering unique ways of originating in the process of transforming. This principle brings forth ideas about change, struggle, and transcending or transcendence. It focuses on how human beings relate themselves while moving with their hopes and dreams. This principle of transcendence has three related concepts, namely powering, originating, transforming. So, powering. Powering is the pushing, resisting process that propels people in life. It involves the way persons consider the possibilities that lie ahead and how they choose to go on and find a way to be with situation. To power is to risk losing something of value or even one's life. The next one is originating. Originating is about human uniqueness and the ways persons create their own becoming as they choose from all the possibilities that could be. The paradox of conformity, nonconformity surrounds the concept of originating. People strive to be like others while simultaneously striving to be unique and different from others. In choosing how to become a person face both certainty and uncertainty as they change and move beyond the now moment. It is never possible to know all the consequences of choices. Yet, people can move on with great certainty of direction. Originating is the unique choices people make when facing alternatives and the consequences of these choices. And the last one is transforming. Transforming. This represents a process of deliberately shifting one's pattern of health. The shift may be a choice to change one's attitude about certain situation, or the shift may be a change in how one lives day-to-day routines or habits. The paradoxical process familiar, unfamiliar is embedded in this process of transforming. People who decide to stop drinking alcohol or stop smoking or to leave an abusive husband are transforming their patterns of becoming. The shifting of patterns may be also happen as person discover insight about themselves that were not apparent to them before. Transforming is about integrating unfamiliar ideas or activities into one's life. The unfamiliar gets woven with the familiar becomes integrated within the unity and coherence of life experience. On the whole, these three principles with their essential concept form the knowledge Base of the Human Becoming Theory. Pars 1998 advocates, the art of living human becoming is guided by the theoretical principle that espouse of the human free agent and meaning giver, choosing rhythmical patterns of relating while reaching for personal hopes and dreams. Pars avers the nursing is a service to others. To assess nurse, live the art of human becoming. Pars design practice methodology that sheds light on the nurse process or the nurse person process.
The nine assumptions are as follows. 1. The human is coexisting while consulting chemical patterns with the universe. 2. The human is open-freely choosing meaning and situation, bearing responsibility for decisions. 3. The human is unitary, continuously co-consulting patterns of relating. 4. The human is transcending multidimensional with the possible. 5. Becoming is unitary human being living there. 6. Becoming is chemical co-consulting human universe process. 7. Becoming is the human's pattern of relating value priorities. 8. Becoming is an intersubjective process of transcending with the possible. 9. Becoming is unitary human emerging.
The human becoming theory of Rosemary Pars and meta paradigm. A person is viewed as an open being constantly interacting with the environment and co-creating health experiences. The theory emphasizes the individual's unique perspective, values, and lived experiences rather than reducing them to a set of symptoms or diagnoses. So, in simple terms, you are a unique individual, not just a set of symptoms. You're constantly interacting with your world or surroundings and creating your own health experiences. Your values and how you see life matter most in this theory. In environment, the environment is not separate from the person but is an integral part of their becoming. It includes everything that interacts with the individual. The theory considers the context of the patient's life, including relationships, community, and culture. Everything around you affects your health. Your environment is not separate from you. It's a part of who you are and how you become healthy. Health is seen as a continuously changing process of becoming, reflecting individual life's experiences, value, priorities, and not just an absence of disease. The theory focuses on the patient's quality of life, their perceived well-being, and their ability to live their values rather than solely on physiological parameters. So health isn't just about not being sick. Health is a continuous journey of becoming, shaped by your life experiences and what you value. It's about your quality of life, not just physiological measure. And lastly, in the meta paradigm, nursing, in Parr's view, is a human science and art that focuses on enhancing the quality of life from the patient's perspective. It involves being with the patient, understanding their life experiences, and guiding them in their journey toward health. Nursing practice should empower the patient to achieve his or her health goals. So nurses are there to be with you, understand your experiences, and guide you toward your health goals. They empower you to make your own choices and live your life to the fullest.
Hi Maria! Good afternoon. Kamusta ka ngayon? Kamusta ang nararamdaman?
Naku, Nurse Carl, hindi ko na talaga alam anong nararamdaman ko. Hindi ko na alam anong mangyayari sa akin. Natatakot ako.
I understand Maria. Normal lamang yung nararamdamang takot at pagkaalala. Gusto mo bang magkwento upang maibsan ang iyong nararamdamang takot? Baka ito'y makatulong sa iyo.
Ang totoo po natatakot talaga ako. Paano maglagas yung buhok ko dahil sa chemo? Paano na yung mga anak ko? Makakita pa ba nila ako? Hindi ba sila matatakot sa akin?
Totoong nakakatakot iyan, Maria. Pero remember, hindi ka nag-iisa. Maraming mga babae ang nakakaramdam din ng iyong takot at pagkakilala o ng cancer. Ngunit talagang ito'y nalalagpasan nila. Ano ba ang salitang malakas para sa iyo, Maria?
Siguro, makasama ko yung mga anak ko na makipaglaro ko sa kanila kahit pagod ako. Yun lang ang nais ko. Gusto kong maalala nila ako bilang matapang at malakas na ina at hindi yung taong may sakit.
Siya punal, Maria. Napakagandang kahulugan ang iyong mga sinabi. Maria, naniniwala ako na kaya mo maging matapang para sa iyong mga anak. Actually, sa pagtungo rito upang magpakonsulta, nagpakita na ito or pinakita mo na sa amin na ikay talagang nais mo maging malakas at gumaling.
Salamat, Nurse Card. Gumagaan po talaga yung pakiramdam ko tuwing nagpupunta ako sa iyo. Nababawasan yung bigat ng nararamdaman ko.
Alam mo, Maria, ang health mo, hindi lang yan tungkol sa sakit. Tungkol din yan sa kung paano ka nabubuhay. Kung paano ka naghahanap ng purpose sa iyong buhay. Hayaan mo ang iyong sarili mag-control sa iyong kapalaran dahil gagaling ka rin.
Salamat, Nurse Card. Susubukan ko mo.
Lagi mong tandaan, Maria, na nandito lang kami ng mga nurses, mga doctors para sa iyo.
Salamat.
Pagaling ka.
Salamat po ulit, Nurse.
And now, let's learn about Margaret Newman's theory of health as expanding consciousness.
Biography of Margaret A. Newman. Born in October 10, 1933, in Memphis, Tennessee, USA. A nurse, jurist, educator, and researcher, Margaret Newman was a distinguished American nurse jurist known for her theory of health as expanding consciousness. Her work focused on viewing health not simply as the absence of disease, but the process of becoming more aware of oneself and one's environment. Newman worked closely with Martha Rogers, who influenced her conceptual thinking about energy fields and patterns in nursing. She spent her career teaching, researching, and developing nursing theory that emphasized human wellness, patterns recognition, and consciousness as essential to health and healing. Educational background. In 1962, bachelor's degree in nursing from the University of Tennessee. 1964, Master of Science in Nursing at University of California. 1971, Doctor of Philosophy in Nursing Science and Rehabilitation Nursing at New York University. Professional background. Served as a professor and researcher at several institutions, including University of Minnesota, Pennsylvania State University, University of Tennessee. She actively involved in nursing research and theory development, focusing on nursing as discipline of helping clients find meaning in their life experiences.
Margaret Newman's theory of health as expanding consciousness. The theory of health as expanding consciousness ay ginawa upang baguhin ang pananaw sa kalusugan. Para kay Newman, ang health ay hindi lang kawalan ng sakit, kundi ito ay isang patuloy na proseso ng paglawa ng kamalayan. Newman believed that nursing should not only focus on curing diseases, but also on helping individuals understanding the meaning of their experiences and grow through them. She emphasized that health and illness are not separate or opposite states, but different parts of the same life process.
So here we will tackle about the key concept of Margaret Newman's theory. So in health,
Newman believed health is not absence of disease, but the total pattern of individual's life includes all both wellness and disease as both promote personal growth. Sinasabi rito na ang health ay hindi lang kawalan ng sakit. Health is the total pattern ng buong buhay ng tao. Kasama na dito ang wellness at disease. Pareho silang may role sa personal growth kahit may sakit. Pwede pa rin may health kung naiintindihan ang pattern ng buhay at may deeper awareness. So next is the pattern. It's the unique arrangement of life events and relationships that makes each person different. It reflects how a person lives, feels, and interacts with others. By understanding a person's pattern, nurses can help them see connections and meanings in their life and health experiences. So si pattern ay ang natatanging daloy ng karanasan, relasyon at damdamin ng isang tao. Dito makikita kung paano siya namumuhay, nakakaramdam at nakikisalamuha sa iba. Sa pamamagitan ng pag-unawa sa pattern na ito, matutulungan ng nurses ang pasyente na makita ang kahulugan ng kanilang karanasan sa kalusugan at buhay. So next is consciousness. Is the awareness of self and environment. It is the process of becoming more aware of one's pattern and life meaning. As a person's consciousness expands, they achieve a higher understanding of themselves and their relationships, leading to healing and personal growth. So, ang consciousness is ang kamalayan ng tao sa sarili at sa paligid niya. Habang lumalawak ang consciousness, mas nauunawaan niya ang pattern ng buhay niya, kung paano siya namumuhay, nakikisalamuha at nagbibigay kahulugan sa mga karanasan niya. Sa ganitong paraan, nagkakaroon siya ng healing at personal growth.
So the last concept is health as expanding consciousness. Illness is not seen as negative state but as an opportunity for personal growth. So, ayon sa theory ni Margaret Newman, ang kalusugan ay hindi lang basta kawalan ng sakit. Ang tunay na kalusugan ay yung paglawak ng kamalayan o yung mas malalim na pag-unawa sa sarili, sa buhay at sa koneksyon natin sa iba. Ang sakit ay hindi tinitingnan bilang purely negative. Instead, opportunity ito para sa personal growth. Ibig sabihin, kapag ang isang tao ay may sakit, hindi lang ito tungkol sa physical na karamdaman. May deeper meaning ito sa buhay ng tao. So, ang goal ng nurse sa theory na ito ay tulungan ng pasyente na maunawaan ang kahulugan ng kanyang karanasan, lalo na kung may sakit siya. Sa pamamagitan nito, mas lumalawak ang kamalayan niya at nagkakaroon siya ng mas malalim na pag-intindi sa kanyang sarili at sa kanyang buhay. Halimbawa na lamang na may isang tao na na-diagnose ng cancer. Sa halip na isipin lang ito bilang katapusan o pahirap, pwedeng gamitin ang experience na ito para mag-reflect, ma-reconnect sa pamilya, magbago ng pananaw sa buhay, at mas maintindihan ang sarili. So kahit may sakit, pwedeng maging mas buo ang pagkatao ng isang tao.
Another key concept of Margaret Newman's theory are movement, space, and time. Newman emphasized three important elements: movement, space, and time. These are the dimensions of human life that are always changing and connected to each other. They represent how people experience change and interaction in their world. Newman explained that these are not separate parts but a continuous flow, meaning tuloy-tuloy lang ang pagbabago at pag-unlad ng tao habang siya ay nabubuhay.
So now I will be discussing the major assumptions of Newman's theory. The first one is health encompasses conditions heretofore described as illness or in medical terms pathology. Para kay Newman, ang health ay hindi lang yan simpleng walang sakit. Minsan kahit may sakit ka o may problema sa katawan, bahagi pa rin yan ng pagiging healthy mo dahil kasama yan sa journey mo sa buhay. Yung sakit o problema, parang isang signal or message na tinutulungan kang mas maintindihan ang sarili mo at mas lumawak ang awareness mo sa kung sino ka talaga. For example, kahit may cancer ang isang tao, hindi ibig sabihin na hindi na siya healthy sa kabuuan. Yung experience niya sa sakit ay pwedeng magbigay ng deeper understanding sa buhay niya. So the next assumption is these pathological conditions can be considered a manifestation of the total pattern of the individual. So para kay Newman, yung mga sakit o problema sa katawan, hindi lang basta-basta sakit lang. Sila ay parte ng buong kwento ng buhay mo, isang refleksyon ng buong pagkatao mo. Ibig sabihin, yung mga nangyayari sa katawan mo ay parang sinasabi kung ano ang nangyayari sa loob mo, sa isip mo at sa damdamin mo. For example, ang isang tao na palaging nakakaranas ng matinding stress at lungkot sa buhay, siguro dahil sa trabaho o personal na problema. Dahil dito, nagkakaroon siya ng high blood pressure o ulcers. Sa pananaw ni Newman, hindi lang ito simpleng sakit lang. Yung high blood pressure at ulcers ay bahagi ng buong kwento niya. Isang way ng katawan niya para ipakita kung ano ang nangyayari sa loob niya, emotionally at mentally. Kaya para sa kanya, importante na intindihin ang buong buhay at feelings ng tao. Hindi lang ang physical symptoms. Sa ganitong paraan, mas magiging buo ang pag-unawa natin sa kalusugan niya.
So in next assumption, the pattern of the individual that eventually manifests itself as pathology is primary and exists before structural or functional changes. So ang ibig sabihin nito ay bago pa man magkaroon ng sakit o physical na pagbabago sa katawan, like symptoms or damage, may existing na pattern na ang tao. Meaning, may kakaibang flow or way of being na sa una pa lang ay andyan na. Parang sinasabi niya na hindi lang bigla-bigla nagkakaroon ng sakit ang isang tao. May mas malalim na dahilan o pattern sa buhay niya, like emotions, relationships, stress, lifestyle, purpose, na unti-unting lumalabas hanggang sa maging physical na sakit. So para kay Newman, ang sakit ay hindi lang basta problema. Isa itong manifestation ng deeper pattern sa life ng tao. The next is removal of pathology in itself will not change the pattern of the individual. Ang ibig sabihin nito, kahit mawala pa yung sakit o physical illness ng isang tao, hindi ibig sabihin na nagbago na agad yung buong pattern niya bilang isang tao. Yung pattern na ito ay hindi lang tungkol sa katawan, kundi pati na rin sa kabuuan ng karanasan niya sa buhay. Mental, emotional, spiritual, at social. So let's say may pasyente na may cancer. Kahit sabihin nating nawala yung cancer after treatment, hindi ibig sabihin na fully nagbago na ang buong pagkatao niya. Bakit? Kasi yung experience na pagkakaroon ng cancer ay naging bahagi na ng pattern ng buhay niya. Nadala niya yon emotionally, mentally, pati sa relationships niya. So kahit gumaling siya physically, dapat tingnan pa rin natin yung kabuoang pattern kung paano siya nagbago as a person because of that experience. So, sa theory ni Newman, hindi lang sapat na tanggalin lang ang sakit. Dapat maintindihan kung paano naka-apekto yung illness sa kabuuan ng tao at paano ito naging bahagi ng kanyang paglago o transformation. Then the next is, if becoming ill is the only way an individual's pattern can manifest itself, then that help for the person. So, sinasabi rito na minsan yung pagkakasakit ng isang tao ay hindi lang basta sakit, kundi paraan para makita o maunawaan ang mas malalim na pattern o kwento ng buhay niya. Kung ang tanging paraan para lumitaw o maipakita yung tunay na pattern ng isang tao ay sa pamamagitan ng pagkakasakit niya. Halimbawa, may isang nanay na sobrang busy at lagi niyang inuunang pamilya, trabaho, lahat, pero never niya inalagaan sarili niya. Tapos isang araw, na-diagnose na lang siya sa isang serious na sakit. At first, ang tingin natin nagkasakit siya. Pero sa pananaw ni Newman, baka yung illness na yon ang naging wake-up call para mapansin niya na may imbalance na sa buhay niya. So the illness allowed her to reflect, realign, and reconnect with her life's deeper pattern. So ironically, yung sakit pang naging daan para gumaling siya, not just physically but as a whole person. The last assumption of Newman's theory is health is an expansion of consciousness. So, pinaparating nito na ang kalusugan ay hindi lang ibig sabihin na wala kang sakit. Ang totoong health ay yung lumalawak ang pagkaintindi mo sa sarili mo, sa buhay mo, at sa mga connection mo sa ibang tao. Halimbawa, may isang pasyente na may chronic illness gaya ng diabetes.
Sa una, inisip niya na ang health ay ang pag-stabilize ng blood sugar lang. Pero habang lumilipas ang panahon, napansin niya na dahil sa sakit na ito, natuto siyang alagaan ang sarili, mas naging aware siya sa mga habits niya, natutunan niyang mag-set ng boundaries, at mas na-appreciate niya ang buhay at mga relationships niya. So kahit may sakit siya, lumawak ang understanding niya sa sarili niya.
I will discuss the strengths and weaknesses of the theory. Let's talk about the strengths. Number 1, holistic approach. Focuses on the whole person, body, mind, and spirit, not just the disease. Number 2, encourages growth. Helps patients find meaning and personal growth, even in illness. Number 3, strong nurse-patient relationships. Promotes deep understanding and deep connection between nurse and patient. Number 4, useful in chronic illness. Very effective for patients facing long-term or terminal conditions. Weaknesses. Number 1, abstract concepts. Terms like expanding consciousness are difficult to understand and apply in practice. Limited research evidence. The theory is more philosophical than scientific, so it's hard to measure. Number 3, not ideal for busy settings. In fast-paced environments, nurses may not have time for deep patient reflection.
Now, let's tackle about the theory and the aspect of the nursing meta paradigm. First, the person. Newman views the person as a whole, constantly interacting with their environment. Each individual is a unit of consciousness whose life patterns reflect their unique experiences and potential for growth. So, according to this, Newman views the person as a whole being, hindi lang physical body, kundi kasama na rin ang thoughts, emotions, at experiences. Every individual is a unit of consciousness, at ang kanilang life patterns ay sumasailalim sa kanilang mga karanasan at kakayahan para mag-growth. In short, bawat tao ay may natatanging pattern na nagpapakita kung paano sila lumalago at umuunlad bilang isang nilalang. Next, the environment. The environment is not separate from the person but part of the continuous pattern of interaction that shapes one's consciousness. Changes in the environment influence the person's health pattern and awareness. So, according to Newman, the environment is not separate from the person. It is a part of continuous pattern of interaction that shapes one's consciousness. Ang ibig sabihin nito, ang mga pagbabago sa ating kapaligiran ay nakakaapekto sa ating health patterns at awareness. So, when we experience changes around us, sa family, community, or even sa emotions, it also influences our growth and understanding. Next, the health. So, the health is defined as the expanding of consciousness, not just the absence of disease. Illness is seen as a part of the same process of growth and awareness, helping individuals reach higher level of understanding about themselves and their lives. So, according to Newman, she defines it as expanding of consciousness. Health is not just absence of disease but a process of growth and awareness. Even illness is a part of this process kasi sa pamamagitan ng mga pagsubok o sa mga karamdaman, mas lalo nating nauunawaan ng ating sarili at nagkakaroon tayo ng mas malalim na kamalayan sa buhay. So, health for Newman means understanding yourself through your experiences, both good and bad. The nursing. Nurse role is to help individuals recognize and understand their life patterns. Nurses assist patients in finding meaning in their experiences, promoting awareness and supporting personal transformation toward greater consciousness. Nurse in this theory is to help individuals recognize and understand their life patterns. Nurses assess patients in finding meaning in their experiences, promoting awareness and supporting personal transformation. So, hindi lang physical healing ang focus ng nurse, kundi pati emotional and spiritual growth ng pasyente. In conclusion, Margaret Newman's health as expanding consciousness theory remind us that health is more than the absence of illness. It's a journey of awareness and understanding, learning from life's experiences to become more conscious and whole. This theory helps nurses to see patients as a whole beings and not just people who are sick. By caring and understanding, nurses can help patients find meaning, grow personally, and transform positively.
Magandang hapon po, Tatay Tonyo. Acknowledge po na madalas po kayo dito sa clinic this past few weeks. How are you feeling po lately?
To be honest po, Nurse Elena, I'm really tired. I take my medicine naman po, pero parang nothing changes. Siguro I'm just mean to read sick.
I understand po your feelings. It sounds like you're feeling hopeless. Would you mind sharing with me po what your daily routine is like?
I work long hours po kasi kulang sa sleep and I don't eat on time. My wife worries pero ayaw ko po nang dagdagan ng alalahanin niya.
I see po, sometimes our health problems shows us pattern in our lives that we might not be aware of. What do you think po? Your body is telling you something?
Siguro I need to slow down, spend more time with my family, and eat properly and get enough rest. Ano ko po yung gagawin?
That's a very important realization. Healing starts with awareness. You're starting to understand what your health truly means. It's not just a physical.
Hindi ko po naisip yun. Maybe it's time I take care of myself differently.
Exactly po. Health isn't just about medicine. It's about understanding yourself. I'm here to help you po. We can work together to create a plan that suits your needs.
Maraming salamat po, Nurse.